Hello there. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous. Thank you for joining me this evening. Hopefully, my sound is good and we are ready to go. And let me get rid of this banner right here. So, I hope you are doing well this evening. This is Friday night, and I like to jump into your life on Friday night and give you a little encouragement, a little hope, maybe even a little push to get you through the trauma and after the trauma of divorce, realizing that having gone through my own divorce 28 years ago now, I know how difficult the days can be. And there are so many things to keep track of, to control, to manage the kids, try to help the kids, try to help yourself, try to keep the finances in line, try to do all the legal, try to understand all the legal stuff. Wow, is it any wonder that we can face depression and overwhelm as we go through the process of divorce, not just during the divorce, but after the divorce too? This is a process, it takes time. It takes time for us to get through. And the number one thing that actually is my point number 4 tonight is, how do we have compassion for ourselves as we're going through this traumatic time in our life? And it is traumatic. If you read the definition of trauma in the dictionary, you will say, yep, that's me. That's what I'm going through. Something that affects us profoundly, deeply, and in many ways changes our life forever. But here's the good news. It can change your life for the better. And that's what we work on as we go through my support groups. And then the follow-up of building your life after divorce, the 8-week program, really does help us start to focus on the future and where we want to go. But for those of you who are in the thick of it right now, my heart goes out to you. I have been there. I know how difficult it is. What I wanted to talk about tonight is depression in and after going through divorce. So before I jump into that, let me just say that May 20th, my next group will begin. It will be hybrid. I've had people in this past group from Arkansas and Tennessee and a variety of other states. So it doesn't matter where you're at. You need the support. It's 10 weeks well spent. And I would love to send you a registration form and get you started and get this healing started. So it's going to be a program that will be life-changing for you and really leading you through this process in many different areas, in the emotions and the decisions. So my background is I facilitate groups, support groups. I'm a divorce coach, and I'm also a domestic mediator. I became a mediator about 13 years ago, and I've been holding support groups for the last 20 years. So I'm well versed in all of the events of what happens as you go through divorce. And my goal really has always been simply to minimize the damage. How do I guide you through this with the least amount of damage? Emotionally, financially, spiritually, and physically. Yes, physically. And we're going to talk about a physical area tonight, and that is depression. So let's begin. and talk about this. I see my numbers are off here. So we'll start with number 2. And that's all right. Number 2 actually is number 1. Recognize you're depressed or showing depressive behavior. So we know how difficult divorce is, but all of a sudden you may be noticing that you are withdrawing totally from people and you are not wanting to be social at all. And I'm not saying go out and party. I'm simply saying you're withdrawing from people. You're isolating yourself. You're trying desperately to get away from the pain that you are in. And that is so understandable. So you're seeing yourself and you're seeing maybe perhaps you're using coping skills that are not healthy, as many people do. That could be retail therapy, that could be alcohol, that could be drugs, many different things. Because you know what we're needing right now? We're needing comfort. We're needing direction and comfort. We need someone to say, you're going to make it and you're going to be okay. And I have said that literally to hundreds of individuals going through the process of divorce. You are going to make it through here. And how do I know that? Because you're listening to this podcast and you are intentionally working on getting help for yourself. And that's huge. That's huge. So being depressed, you might withdraw, not want to be around anyone, not asking anyone for help, and just isolating in a very unhealthy way, which is really detrimental to your physical health, along with your spiritual, mental health. So we were never meant to live isolated. So recognize, okay, I'm isolating, or I'm drinking too much, or I'm doing some strange behavior, when really I'm just longing for comfort and someone to get me direction and tell me that I'm going to make it okay. So the first point is to recognize that you are depressed or you're showing depressive behavior. That's step number 1. You've got to recognize it. Okay, what's going on with me here? I'm really acting different than I usually do. What's going on with me? And be curious, what is going on with me? What's going on with my heart? What's going on with my mind? Am I feeling hopeless? Those are red flags that you need to recognize them. And then next, you need to ask the question, who can I reach out to? Again, you cannot go through this by yourself. You simply can't. You need support. You need someone to walk with you, to guide you through this. Who can you reach out to? Is it a therapist? Is it a professional? Is it a pastor? Is it a close friend who would be a safe person for you? Is it a family member? Who are those people that you can reach out to and say, I'm worried about the thoughts that are going on in my mind and my heart, and I just need to talk to someone. And I will share with you that I could not believe how much I needed to talk as I went through my divorce. And when I meet with people, whether it's one-on-one or sometimes even in the group, people just vomit out what's going on in their mind and heart, and they just talk and they just, they vomit it out because they need to. They need to talk. So instead of isolating, asking the question, who can I reach out to? Who is that safe person? Maybe it is a professional. Maybe it is your doctor. Because they now do that survey as you go to your doctor offices, where they ask you if you're showing any signs of depression or are you feeling depressed. Maybe it is your physical doctor that you need to go to, your PCP. Maybe you do need some medication to get you through a temporary period of time to help you deal with the trauma that you are going through, just to kind of level off your functionality as you're going through this trauma. So Find that person to reach out to. I don't know who that is. If you think you have no one, please reach out to me. I spend a lot of time talking to individuals who are disoriented, in shock. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what they're doing. They're behaving in weird ways. It's just called depression and grief. And it's okay. You are not crazy. You are simply trying to find stability in a time that is so unstable. So, who can you reach out to? Who is that person? Next, it's so important that you are compassionate to yourself. Would you expect someone who was in a tragic car accident with broken bones to get up a week later and run a marathon? Absolutely not. So why should you expect yourself to be able to function at peak capacity? Research shows it takes 3 to 5 years to get back to full working capacity in the workplace going through divorce. That's why you need compassion for yourself. You are going through a trauma. You have been in an emotional and spiritual, really bad car accident, to use the analogy. And you have got to get some care and some help to get through this period of time. Now, many of you are after divorce and you're listening to this. I have a lot of people that do listen to these podcasts. They've been through a divorce, but they're still stuck, are still struggling. Totally understandable. It's totally normal if you are. And they are feeling these bouts of depression. Well, when you think about all that you have lost and the reality is coming at you, perhaps in degrees of like, wow, all of a sudden I'm realizing this aspect, this loss in the divorce that I hadn't even thought of before, even though divorce has been over with for 9 months. Again, that's normal. That's normal. So by having compassion for yourself and saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going through crap right now. No wonder I've got weird thoughts in my head. No wonder I'm acting strangely. I need support. I need help. And that's okay. Means you're human. Simply means you're human. That's all. All of us are human. All of us need help at one point in time. So it is just so important that we have compassion on ourselves because we already feel rejected. We already feel betrayed in many circumstances. And we already feel like our self-worth has been diminished to nothing in some cases, or diminished greatly because of what we've been through. So please, 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 if you hear nothing else tonight, have compassion on yourself. You are going through such a difficult, difficult time. Thank you, Mabel. God bless you too. You are going through a very difficult time. And again, after divorce, it's like, wow, why is it hitting me? It's been a year. It's been 3 years. Why is it hitting me now? Because your body has been trying to protect you and your mind has been trying to protect you. And all of a sudden, it's tapping you on your shoulder and saying, there's some things here that you have to deal with. There's some things here that you need healing from. And they don't have a calendar. If you have not worked on them and you have not worked on your healing, they are going to tap you on the shoulder and they're going to show up in strange ways if you don't deal with them. So let's go through this again. You have to recognize that you are depressed or showing depressive behavior. That could be isolation, that could be unhealthy coping skills, that could be not functioning well, not able to think clearly, which is natural from divorce, but maybe to the extent that where you are paralyzed, this could very well be depression or grief. Who is that person that you can reach out to? Does it need to be a professional, or does it need to be a very close friend who can simply listen to you? You don't need their advice right now. You need them to listen, to be compassionate to you, and then you have to be compassionate to yourself because of what you have gone through is so very traumatic. The losses are huge. The grief is real. And this grief is physical as well as it is emotional and spiritual. And your body is trying to survive, it's trying to cope right now. And it again is seeking comfort. You know, I do remember during that time of realizing, wow, what I'm doing is I'm seeking comfort. I need comfort. I need someone to say, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it. I needed human touch, healthy, non-sexual human touch. And once I realized that, I was better able to allow myself to receive it from friends, from coworkers, from people who were just really compassionate, from my church. Bless their hearts. They were so good to me, which is not always the case. My church was so good to me. So let's jump into some scriptures. You know, the book of Psalms is such a raw piece of songs, poetry, writing. I always tell my groups, the Psalms understands. When you see those writers in the book of Psalms writing out, you're going to see they are doing gut-wrenching, lamenting for what they're going through. And they are better for it. So the book of Psalms, let me encourage you to go there. This is one of my favorite verses. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So when you're getting help, when you're recognizing, when you're seeking support, you are guarding your heart from doing more unhealthy things. So what else does God's word say? The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. God is a place that you can be comforted, and you can hide, and you can get direction. He's all that. Hear my voice, O Lord. And this is David wrote this, and he was pleading with God to be heard by him. Hear my voice, Lord, when I call. Have mercy on me and answer me. Come, says my heart, seek God's face. Your face, God, do I seek. Even if my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will take me in. Don't you just love that assurance? I love the Psalms. Be gracious to me, Lord, for I'm in distress. With grief and my eyes are wasted. My soul and body are spent, but I trust you, Lord. I say, you are my God. And there's such comfort in that, no matter what we are going through. No matter what we are going through. Finally, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Crushed in spirit is such an articulation of what you're feeling in many circumstances. Don't let anyone say, oh, you should be over it by now. Oh, it's been a year. Oh, it's been 5 years. Don't let anyone say that to you. I promise you, they've not been through a divorce. Grief, depression, your body, your heart and mind is going to go at its own pace. There is no template for this. You're going to go at your own pace. My plea to you is do not go alone. Join a support group. Get a counselor, get a pastor, a friend, talk, start letting all of this out so you can begin to heal. I hope this has been of help. This is Kathy Beatty, wanting to encourage you and walk alongside you every step through the trauma of divorce and after divorce. Have a good night.